Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing VickeBlanka's third album, Devil. Before we get started, I want to remind you that this is simply my opinion on the album, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more. VickeBlanka is back with this third album almost 2.5 years after Wizard, which feels surreal to me because I still listen to Wizard like it came out yesterday, and we're already in 2020 with the third album just coming out, and it's called Devil. So outside of Lucky Ending being the only single that was released last year, I did not listen to any new songs until the album was released because I wanted to keep the surprise alive, and I have to say this album is pretty much what you would expect from VickeBlanka. It's a fun, silly, thoughtful, and terribly addictive album. Sound-wise, I would say it follows the same patterns and music styles as Wizard, but it still manages to be such an exciting experience because his music is still so different from the Japanese pop music scene nowadays, and it really delivers on every aspect that I like about his music. Like, you get the rock songs like Black Catcher, and then you get songs like Save This Love and Heal Me, which are both very electronic and soft at the same time, and I just like how both have a very different mood. And they kind of feel very Western inspired, and after all, both of them are sung in English, and I like that you can feel his inspiration as an artist seems to come from a very wide net of music around the world, and the fact that he manages to blend both like the J-pop aspect and the more modern aspect in his music together, I think it's a great thing to do, and it can be very tricky. Not everyone manages to do it like it does, because even though, you know, these two songs feel very Western, you can tell that they still feel very personal and that he really put the efforts in them to still be VickeBlanka's songs. And I like the fact that he doesn't compromise for the sake of pleasing others, and you know, I don't think it's his goal to just reach like a more wider audience. I think it's great that he keeps his own style, and then, you know, you become a fan, and that's amazing. And I really like that he has very good instincts, and even with this album I'm very happy about his musical journey. And honestly, the album is really filled with amazing songs. There isn't one really that gives me this feeling of a filler song. Like, all of them have their own flavor. They really add a lot to the album, and you know, even the intro, which is something that was on Wizard as well. I like the intro on Devil because it's silly. It kind of makes no sense, but yet you get the joke in it, which I thought was just really funny, and you know, it made me laugh, and I was like, okay, so we're getting into something fun. And you know, then you get songs like Shake a Bone, which reminds me a lot of Sava because it has this very hyper and silly atmosphere to it. To a fault here, because I think the structure is very much the same as Sava. But you know, I'll give it to him for not indulging on this kind of writing too much, because Shake a Bone is the only song on this album doing it. And there is also a string of mid-tempo ballads such as Tara, Shirokuma, and Kata Uta, all following one another on the album, but thankfully each really stands out, and with my favorite being Tara. And it was a song released back in 2015 as part of one of his debut EPs, so it's kind of nice to get this 2020 mix into it, and it really shows how his music, even from the past, blends so well with what he's doing now. And you know, I think there's a bit more to this song when it comes to the instrumental, and even his voice, I think it was re-recorded, because comparing to the original, he sounds a lot more confident and relaxed, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Overall, I had a total blast with this album, and I'm definitely gonna listen to it a lot more. But I just love how VickeBlanka doesn't try to please everyone, but instead does whatever he wants. And his vision is always such joy. And I just find his music and talent to be incredibly inspiring. And even if this album feels familiar compared to his other work, I can't deny this music still feels so different and non-conforming when it comes to pop music, and I think that's why I enjoy his work so much, and I was so excited about this album, and I'm happy to say that it really succeeds in every way, and that is why I give it 4 stars. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to tell me what you think of the album down below, and I'll see you next time.